Okay, let's see how this is looking. Why is this saying this? Okay, let's see. Do I have to get out of this? Okay, now I think it's it. Hello, family. Oh, that's loud. Okay, let's just turn this down some. All right, let's see. Let me tilt this some. Hello, family. I just came up here today because I wanted to have a discussion, right? I want to have a discussion. Okay. Hi, family. How's everyone doing? Trying to make sure that this is tilted down. Is this correct? All right, let me see. All right, family, I'm trying to get in here, right? Hi, keep it moving, TRF. Yes, you caught it live. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Melanin Queen. I'm just jumping all around. Hi, Wealthy Healings. Hi, family. Hi, Fez. Hi, Iris. Hi, Kioka. Hi, Miss Mattingly. Hi, Melanin Queen. I probably said your name already, Melanin Queen. Hi, T Rose. Hi, Shanae. Hi, Karen. Hi, Tanya. Hi, family. How you all doing? Hi, Mary Jane. All right, family. I just came up here because I wanted to just discuss some things, right? This officer, one in particular, Clyde, I believe his last name is pronounced Kerr, right? I could be wrong. I believe it's Clyde Kerr. Not sure. Hmm. Excuse me, family. Oh. Hi, Shanti. Hi, Sabrina. Hi, Sabrina. Hi, Hazel Eyes Beer. Yes, I wanted to come up here and I wanted to talk about some things, right, family? Unfortunately, I did hear the news about this officer, Clyde, right? Someone had sent me a link, so I said, let me check it out. Let me see what's going on. And I did watch it, right? And it saddened me a great deal, right? Because and this is why I say, family, be mindful also of how you treat people, because you never know what someone is going through that day, and you never know the kind of impact you could have on someone's life just by words of encouragement, kind words. You understand, family? You never know what someone is going through, right, in their life, because unfortunately everybody don't have their problems showing on the outside, right? Sometimes we keep a lot of these things bottled up, and by the time they explode, it's too late, right? This was a man, and I did watch his video, and I understand exactly where he is coming from, right? I understand, okay? And I'm not going to say mental illness, no, right? I'm not going to say mental illness because the reason why, because some people may say, oh, he needed help, he needed counseling or mental illness. I'm not even going to go there, right? I'm not. This man was sane, very intelligent. He he spoke up and took a stand for what he believed in, right? Whatever he felt like he had to do. So if it felt like he needed to take his life to bring enlightenment on the situation that he spoke of at hand, then that's what he did. But this is another reason, family, why I say that sometimes we have spirits, because spirits are very real. Spirits are very real. Okay, and yes, I'm going to speak of spirits because I'm on a spiritual path. All right, family. And this is what happens, family, when you let certain spirits get a hold of your soul, right? And make you think that it's okay to take your life or take someone else's life, right? Because it happens. I know one thing about being on a spiritual path, and I'm speaking from me, and I'm speaking from experience, all right? And I've been working with spirits for years, family, all right? Not just doing this here, what you see me all doing with cards, all right? I've been dealing with spirits way before then, right? Sometimes not so good spirits, because when I was taught a lot of things, right, I didn't always encounter very good spirits, right? Some was demonic spirits, some was good, some, you understand, family? Various spirits, right? I came into contact with. One thing I've learned, right, when I began to change my path, and certain things that I was doing on my journey, meditating and getting connected more with my ancestors, one thing I've learned is my ancestors would never, ever, okay, and I'm talking about spiritually, will want me to harm myself or someone else. Okay? So I want you all to know that. You will know if you are entertaining a demonic spirit or an angelic spirit. You understand, family? You will know. Because you will feel it. You will know. So I want you all to be mindful of that. Right? You will know. Okay? Be mindful of the kind of spirits that you interact with, right? Because sometimes when these spirits get a hold of you, they'll have you doing things just like this. Yes, he did this for a cause, right? And don't let his death be in vain, because we know that racism exists, and unfortunately it's on a large scale, right? It goes way deeper than what we actually really see, right? Or what people want to speak about. It is happening, right, family? And that's why I say you gotta bring unity. We are all color coded for a reason, right, family? We are all color coded for a reason. We have to come together in unity, right? That's our job here. We're supposed to come back and we're supposed to come together in unity. Some of us don't even know that, right? As by the time some of you all realize some things, it's going to be too late for your soul. It's going to be too late, because we are all color coded for a reason. Every color have a job to perform. You understand, family? We all have a job to perform, right? And we are supposed to be able to come together to make everything work, right? We're supposed to come together and make it all work. But some of you all don't get it, right? You don't get it, because everyone have a role to play. That's why we are all color coded, right? The Most High color coded us for a reason. But some people not going to get it, right? So they want to be divided. They want to stand in division. See, those people who don't get it, they're going to have a hefty price to pay, right? Because they don't get it. They don't understand. And people who harbor racism in their heart, They're going to have a hefty price to pay. And sometimes it don't always get them. Sometimes it get their children, right? Sometimes it get their children. Sometimes it get your loved ones, right? It don't always get you, right? So I want to just everybody to be mindful of how they treat others and what kind of hatred that you harbor in your heart, right? If somebody have done you wrong, don't get me wrong, family, because spiritually you're allowed to protect yourself. If someone has done you wrong, it's okay to give it to the Most High, give it to the ancestors, give it to the universe, and keep it moving. And it's also, you are also allowed to spiritually protect yourself, however you may feel is fit. Okay? You are allowed to spiritually and physically protect yourself, right? And your family, your loved ones. But just be mindful of the kind of hatred that you are all harboring in your heart. Okay? Because everybody is not bad. Okay? It's good and bad in every race. It's good and bad, right? It's good and bad in every gender. It's good and bad, right? So don't judge someone because of the color of their skin, their gender, sexual preference, social status, whatever, right? You don't have to pay for that. You want to have to pay for that, all right? That's one thing. That's the first thing I learned getting on a spiritual path, right? That was a no-no, right? The universe don't like things like that, okay? The universe do not like things like that. And if you think you won't get karma for harboring hatred other than from a person's soul, judging a person by their soul, okay? You're going to have to pay a hefty price for that. So I just wanted to come up here and I wanted to say a few things about that because listening to what this young man, this officer was saying, right? It is some demonic things going on a greater scale. It very well is, right? Unfortunately, he was the one that was going to be the whistleblower to bring enlightenment regarding everything that has been going on, right? With racism, police brutality, and various things that he spoke of, right? The unjust things that's going on in this world when it comes to black people. But people who have their hands in the pot, who is doing these things, they're going to have to pay for it. You understand? They're going to have to pay for it. Anything that I'm going through, that's why I bring it to the ancestors, family. You understand? Because I know the ancestors, what I can't do here physically, on this physical realm, I know spiritually my ancestors are going to fight my battle. And trust me, I have come amongst people, right, who unfortunately has some racism in them for various things, right? Things that's beyond my control. So when I say that, I mean my color, that's beyond my control, right? Trust me, I went to the ancestors and the ancestors took care of them. You understand? That's why it's good to have a spiritual connection. Because you don't always have to fight every battle, right? You can let your ancestors fight those battles, right? Maybe the battles that may be too draining for you. The battles that you may just feel like, you know what? I'm just going to give it to the ancestors. I'm just going to give it to the Most High. Let them fight it for you. You understand, family? You don't have to address every situation, right? Let them fight it for you. They will. Trust me, right? Trust me, they will. Unfortunately, this man took his life, and I heard, I believe that he was a father of two young boys. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that's what I heard, that he was a father of two young boys. All right, so these are the kind of spirits that get you to feel like it's okay to take your life, right? This is what I'm talking about. Divide and conquer. This is exactly what I'm talking about, all right? Letting the demonic forces win, right? Divide and conquer. That will take you away from your children and your family, right? They'll get you to kill yourself and take you away from your children and family, right? Now, who conquered? You understand? Who conquered there? But I know all about giving your life for a cause, something that you believe in, because my spiritual path, I take my spiritual path very seriously, family. And I will say this, all right? I put my life on the line for things that I believe in. If it's something that I believe in, I'm going to fight to the end. I will put my life on the line because that's what I believe in. So I know all about putting your life on the line for a cause, but that doesn't mean that you have to take your life. You understand? If anything, somebody probably going to take my life. You understand? Because I'm going to fight for the cause and I'm going to fight to the end for what I believe in, right? I'm going to fight for what I believe in, if that means risking my life. But I'm not going to take my own life. You understand? Because, like I said, my ancestors don't want me to take my life, right? So just be mindful of the things that you are doing. Be mindful of the spirits that you entertain. Be mindful of the way you treat others. Be mindful. You understand, family? Just be mindful of some things, right? I just wish that he would have found a different solution. And I'm not going to get too deep into it because everybody, all right, I have to look at things non-judgmental, and everybody do things the way they see fit, right? But I just wish that he did it a different way than what he have done it, because his children still would have had their father. You understand? But I hope that this will raise an eye to some of the things that goes on in this world where people feel like they have to take their lives because they can no longer deal with what is going on in this world, right? But please know, family, if anybody feeling that kind of way, right, family, because I can't say, it's probably some of us right here right now that's feeling this way, right, amongst the family right now. I want to say, please know that there's other paths, all right, that you can take to fight for the cause without taking your life, right? There's other paths, all right, family? So I wanna say that, okay, because people feel like this on a regular. And I know me, family, I'm one of the people. I write letters to the legislators. Yes, I do, honey. I write letters to the legislators. I write letters to Congress. I write letters all over. Okay? I write letters to the school districts. Yes, that is me because I advocate for whatever I believe in. One time, somebody told me, "You way out of my league." You are way out of your league, they told me. Okay, well, what's my league? Am I supposed to sit in a certain square and not do anything about something? Let me know. Is that how you want me to operate? Because you see me as a black woman and I'm not supposed to have a voice or be heard or show concern for children or anything like that? You understand? No, I'm going to continue to fight. And if you don't like it, then you need to take that up with whoever it is that you worship. You understand? But it goes on. You understand, family? It goes on. So I understand when people try to make you remain silent, or when you speak up, you the odd one because nobody else is speaking up. Nobody else is standing up for it. Other people see it, but they refuse to stand up for it. You understand? And I'm one that I'm going to speak of it. I don't care if I'm at work. I don't care if I'm in a school. I don't care if I'm at home. If it's something that's unjust that's going on, I am going to speak about it. All right? What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. Right? I don't care who it is. They could be a homeless person on the street. I'm going to speak up. because that is what you are supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be here taking care of humanity. We're supposed to be here taking care of each other here on this earth, right? And from the look of things, most of us are not doing a pretty good job when you turn the blind eye to certain things that you know that exists, but you don't take a cause and you don't say anything about it, right? Especially if you have the power to do something about it and you do nothing, right? You're just as bad as the one who's doing it. So I just wanted to bring that discussion up here because that was heavy on my spirit. And I want to let the family know that, please know that if you're going through anything, all right, anything that may be uncomfortable, any situations, give those battles to the Most High, all right? Make the spiritual connection with your ancestors. Trust me, the ancestors will fight your battles, family. You got to have faith. You have to know, all right? The ancestors done fought plenty of battles for me. Plenty of battles, right? And I'm gonna share this. I'm gonna share this story time right here before I start going into the comment section. Not too long ago, right? Someone had did something to me, right? Somebody had really double crossed me, right? They had really double crossed me, and this is why it's important to stay in meditation. I know me. I know the power of my tongue is very powerful. All right, family. I know it. All right, because I've done some things. I have done some things, and this is what happened when you have a lot of energy and power inside of you. You're able to do things that's unthinkable, right, family? So I'm very cautious of the words that I choose, even when it came to me doing rituals or whatever it is I'm doing, right? I'll be mindful of a lot of things. I keep myself in meditation, because if I don't stay in meditation, who knows what I may do, right? Who knows? Okay? Because I done said before, spiritual growth has kept me grounded, and it has taught me a lot. All right? Spiritual growth. But I'm going to say this. Not too long ago, someone had double crossed me, right? I mean, double crossed me to the words. I'm not even going to go into it, right? I'm not going to even go into it. And I was so angry. I let this come from a place of anger, right, family? I let this come from a place of anger. And I sat down one day in my spiritual space, right? And I just had it with this person, right? This person had did something wicked, all right, family? And I let it really hit me from a place of anger. And I just turned around and I looked at my ancestor altar and I said, ancestors, take care of this person, right? But I let it come from a place of anger, right? Because I was so angry, right? So must be one of my ancestors who go and F some things up, right? Because we got some ancestors that'll go and take care of some things, honey, all right? We got some ancestors that's straight up demonic. And I'm gonna be truthful. Right, family? I'm going to be truthful. Don't think that all our ancestors are angelic. That's no. Well, one of the ancestors must have heard that, who really ready to F something up. Okay? I'm going to just put it like that. Well, next thing I know is someone came to me and said, did you hear about so-and-so? Right? This was 2 days later. Did you hear about so-and-so? I said, no. I said, no, I didn't hear about so-and-so. What happened? Now, this is the same person who had double-crossed me, right? That I told the ancestors 2 days prior to take care of them, right? They said, oh, they on a ventilator. Yeah, they not doing good. They on a ventilator. I said, what? When this happened? They said about 2 days ago. So when the person told me that, right, I thought about my words, what I said 2 days prior. Right? And I said, oh, Lord. So needless to say, right, when I went into meditation, I said, oh, ancestors, you know what? I really wanted to get this person. I was upset, but geez, I'm not trying to kill the person. You understand, fam? You got to be mindful of your words. Be careful, all right? And be careful where you let these feelings come from. You understand? Make sure that whatever you do, let it come from a place of love, all right? Let it come from a place of love, right? And be very specific of what you ask for. You understand? Because the ancestors is like, well, you said take care of this person. You said take care of this person. You understand, family? But I had to really go into deep meditation about that, because I'm not trying, I wasn't trying to put nobody on a ventilator or anything. You understand what I'm saying, family? But that contributes to things like that, all right? Because if you have people speaking things on you, negative things on you, right? And then you have other people speaking negative things, don't you know that the tongue is powerful, right? Just like prayers, right? It's powerful. And it's more powerful in numbers as well. So when you have forces that's working against you, anything is liable to happen, all right? And that was a force that was working against him. And it could have been other people too working against him, because I'm sure if that person double crossed me, that person will double cross other people. You understand? So I'm contributing to that cause. You understand, family? So I had to really go into meditation, right? Ask the Most High to help this person, right? Help this person. Because this person have a family. This person still have a long life to live, right? And not too long after that, I want to say a week later, this person is off of the ventilator, right? This person was off of the ventilator a week later, right? So prayers are heard. Prayers are heard, family, and be mindful of what you say, okay? So I just wanted to share that story time to let you all know that Spirit hears everything. Spirit hears it all, all right? Spirit sees everything. So if you have a problem, take it to the ancestors and let the ancestors fight your battles, all right, family? There's nothing too great and there's nothing too small that the ancestors can't do, because spiritually, they can do some powerful things, right? I know I've seen spirits do some things. I've seen people do some things with spirits. I've seen some things. You understand, family? I have engaged in doing some things with people, right? So I know. So I just wanted to put that out there, all right, family? I'm going to read your comments. I remember my boyfriend and I bought a little putt-putt car, little to big car. He began to act a fool with the car, getting speeding tickets and such. He dropped me one Saturday morning, and I'm reading what you saying, Teresa. Hi, Capri Queen 83. Miss Madeline, you see the spirit in the candle? Yes, yes, right? And like I said, family, I interact with many of spirits, right? They're not always good spirits, because I work with various people. I work with various energies, all right? I have people, I'm not going to say I have anybody come to my home, but I have certain people that come that I meditate over or whatever, and I interact with many of spirits, some good, some not so good, right? So you will see certain spirits even on my curtains and my candles and my ball, wherever, right? There'll be. Took forever to come back and get me from the store. When I got to the car, I had an attitude. Then I thought to myself, I hate this car. I'm reading what you say, Teresa. Yeah. Capri Queen 83, you ain't lying one bit. Over time, I've learned the power that's within me, and I was, yes, about to take him through the altar now. So I asked the ancestors to take control immediately. Yes, Capri Queen 83. And sometimes that's what you have to do. Yes. Yes. Okay. Yes. Sometimes that's what you have to do. Right? Spirits are very real. And sometimes and that's why it's important to stay in meditation, right? Because the ancestors will bring me back down to reality real quick, family. right? Real quick. They have done that to me. They have done that to me. I'm telling you, family, spirit has rolled my ass some days. Spirit has rolled my ass some days, all right? Ancestors has been on my ass about some things some days. Yes, all right? Spirits are very real, especially when you have certain connections, right? Especially when spirit know that you are doing things you ain't got no business doing. They will ride your ass. I have had that done, right? I have had that done to me, right? So I know I stay in my lane, right? Spirit will keep me in my place. The ancestors will really keep me in my place, family, right? Because some days, I don't know, maybe I might be doing something, whatever they don't like, right? They will get on me. Spirit will get on me, all right? That's why I tell you, family, when I operate, family, I always have to do it. I can't be I cannot be judgmental. I have to be non-judgmental, right? Let whatever you do come from a place of love and understanding. You have to. Always be truthful in whatever it is you are doing. You understand? Didn't the hood fly up in the middle of traffic, slam into the windshield, and crack the whole thing? Yes, Teresa, you see? Because you spoke that. You hate that car. 4-1 people, Capri Queen, Capricorn energy, ain't nothing to play with. Yes, yes. And I'm going to say that. And yes, that's why you have to choose your words wisely, right? Just by me saying there, and I let it come from a place of anger because I know what the person has done to me. I know what this person had double crossed me, and I know what this person has done to me. I didn't even have to let it come out of my mouth because spirit already know. Spirit already know my heart. So however I'm feeling that day, spirit already knows before I even blurt it out, or I may not even know what's going to happen, but spirit already know beforehand. So I let whatever anger I had in me, I let it come right on out. And I said, ancestors, take care of this person, right? I said the person name, take care of so-and-so. I was so upset, and you can hear it in my voice, right? I was so upset, okay? And yeah, I guess the ancestors said, don't worry, we'll take care of them, right? You understand, family? So yes, you have to be mindful what you say. That didn't come from a place of love, not that day, because that day I had a bunch of anger and stuff against this individual. A bunch of anger. So, no, that did not come from a place of love, right? And it was a reminder when I bumped into this person had told me what happened to this individual. It was a reminder, right? That was no coincidence that I bumped into somebody and somebody told me that this person was on a ventilator. That was no coincidence. That was meant to happen that way, right? So the ancestors let me know this is why it's important to watch your words. Watch your words. You understand, family? I had to go back and meditate and pray against that energy, right? And let the ancestors know that please forgive me because I didn't mean that to come from a place of anger where it was going, all right? A place of hatred. But at that time, I was very upset with that individual, right? Then a week later, I heard that the person was off of the ventilator, right? And 1 week, the person was off the ventilator, doing good, out the hospital. You understand? Spirits are powerful. So just be mindful of the things you do because you could contribute to somebody else's demise. You could contribute to that. You understand, family? Be mindful. Yes, the tongue is very powerful. And yes, like you said, that Capricorn energy. Trust me, I know all about the Capricorns, right? I know all about them Capricorns. Yes, right? They could be the loving, sweetest persons in the world, but can be a devil when they need to be. Trust and believe that. Can be a devil when they need to be. And when I say that, I mean they can wreak havoc on your whole world. You understand that Capricorn energy? I know all about it. You understand? Just be mindful, family, of how you treat others and the things that you say out of your mouth. Okay? Be mindful of things that exist that's beyond your control, but don't contribute to it. Right? This thing, racism, is going on. It's been going on too long. Right? It's not going to end until people start coming together in unity, and that's why I say, family. My family is a rainbow. Okay, my family is a rainbow, because that's the first thing I've learned being on this spiritual path. Okay, that's a no-no. All right, when you judge someone other than their soul. So you are supposed to judge a person by their soul, by their character. That is how you judge someone, and that's going to allow you to know if you are going to continue to do business with this person, or you want to stay away from this person. Because trust me, the ancestors don't want you around the enemy. So if somebody is an enemy in any kind of way, it's okay to make your peace, bye-bye, and stay away from them, right? It's okay. But we must come together in unity, family. We must come together, right? Judge the person by their soul. Nothing else but by their soul. Because if you don't, you're going to have a hefty price to pay. Tanya, you want to know, how do you know who is your spirit guide? I want to say this, all right, because some people, you want to know you want to know who or what is your spirit guide, right? I'm gonna say this: if it's something like an animal or some sort that may resonate with you, that can tell you something, right? Because it pull you in that direction spiritually. You can also do the geez, why I can't think of it. You can also do the what is that thing? The astrologies. You can also do the astrology, all right, Tanya, to find that out. Okay, I don't do the astrology. Yes, I can do it, but I don't do it. It's people that do it, right? So you can also do that to find out, match you up with your spirit guides, right? You could go on meditation, and you could get revelation as well regarding your spirit guides. Okay? So there's various ways you can find out, Tanya. As far as I go, all right, my ancestors guide me. My ancestors are my spirit guides. Okay? Trying to stay humble and good. Don't have to speak on either side of mine, even my thoughts. I practice deep breathing. Yes, Teresa. Yes, very good. Yes, be bent. Yes, yes. And when bad things happen to you, yes, that's what you do, right? Because it's life lessons that need to be learned. Sometimes bad things happen to good people, right? Don't think that good people just have this perfect peachy life, right? Sometimes bad things happen to good people. Sometimes good things happen to bad people. Okay? It's just like that. But I want to say this, all right? Anything that's negative, any kind of tragedy, try to look at the positive aspect of things. Some things we have to go through as a life lesson, right? Some things we need to go through for a life lesson, teach us some things, right? And make us appreciate some things as well. You understand? Make us appreciate things. Because some of us, we don't appreciate things the way we should. Tamika, I can't say, but yes, I would say I would advise you to go to the doctor. Yes, it could be your blood pressure. Yes, it could be blood pressure. It could be something going on with your vision. Yes, it could be flashes of spirits. Right? I can't say. But if you're a healthy person, never experienced that before, and you've been checked out by your doctor, then you want to look at some other avenues of what could be causing that, right? Because sometimes it's not always a physical thing as far as our medical goes, but sometimes it's a spiritual thing, right? But I can't rule that out because I'm not a doctor. So you will have to check with your doctor, make sure everything is okay. But yes, sometimes those things are a spiritual thing. Sometimes I see flashes of light, but trust me, when I see the flashes of light, I know what that means spiritually. I know what that means for me, right? When I start seeing lights flashing, I already know what that means, right? I've had my eyes checked multiple times. Nothing's wrong with my eyes. Okay, Tamika. So maybe it's a spiritual thing, right? But you got to find out what that you have to find out what those flashes mean for you, because what it may signify for me may be something for you, something different to you. You understand? And a great way to find out things, I keep saying this, family, I can't say no other way, is to go into meditation. Take yourself into that dark space. All right, light a candle before you, turn off all the lights, sit in meditation, and get to know oneself, get to know spirits. You understand? Get to know the different energies. Yes, 9-1, and that can happen because you can manifest these things, right? When you have hatred in your heart, or you constantly thinking, that's why I say, family, watch your thoughts, watch your thoughts. All right, try to always think positive. I know it's hard to when you have certain people that may rub you the wrong way at certain times, but you may want to filter out all those negative thoughts and start to filter in these positive thoughts, right? Because you want to stay on a positive path, right? And yes, we can manifest these things. We can manifest these things into reality. And just like I said, how I felt about this person who had double crossed me, right? I let that come from a place of anger. All right. So I know I had a lot of hatred built up. All right. When I said what I said, you understand? I done manifested a lot of things that I wanted this person to happen. What I wanted to happen to this person. I done manifested a lot of those things. So yes, you have to be mindful of your thoughts, right, family? Unfortunately, this is an unfortunate situation that has happened to this officer, right? Officer Clyde. He could still be here with his family. I would have rather seen him go out and advocate for different causes, you understand? And brought awareness to different things than to take his life. But unfortunately, this could happen, right? When you got certain spirits get a hold of you, and certain spirits tell you, take your life for the cause. Take your life for the cause. My ancestors will never tell me to take my life for the cause. You understand? If anything, somebody else gonna take my life for the cause, right? Because I'm not gonna back down for the cause. You understand? But I know that my ancestors love me, and they would never tell me to take my life. See, that's why you have to be careful when you're tapping into certain energies as well, right? Because sometimes we can invite spirits that's not so good in, and you have to be able to decipher the good from the bad, right? But my ancestors already told me that they would never want me to hurt myself or my family. And I think good, I think the Most High, I'm going to say this, that this man took his life right? That this man took his life and didn't take nobody else's, right? That tell you what kind of character he is as well, all right? Because he meant good in what he was doing, all right? So don't think I'm knocking him, family, all right? I'm not knocking him, all right? But I'm saying what happens is when different spirits get a hold of you and thinking that it's okay for you to, yeah, take your life, kill your family, kill this person. You understand? You have to be careful. But it also show you what kind of character he has, because he could have just felt like he don't want to live in this world of corruption, discrimination, demonic spirits. He could have went home and took his life and his whole family life. You understand, family? But he wanted to bring awareness to the cause. And the cause is this unjust things that's going on within the system, within the government system, within this police force, right? These things going on every single day. Every single day. So don't just look at him as another life lost, right? Don't look at him as another life lost, right? Really get the message out of it, right? Get the message out of why he took his life. Get the message. He want to bring awareness to some things that has happened, some things that's going on in this world that's not right. And I'm not telling anybody to take their life, right, for a cause. But you could be an advocate, right, for certain causes to bring awareness, right, and stop what's going on in this world. Help to stop what's going on in this world, because we still going to have people that's they in their own little world, all right? They'll just never get out of that, right? You just got to say a prayer for those people, right? Because there's no hope. They lost. But trust me, they're going to get what they're looking for. You understand? They're going to get exactly what they're looking for, right? People who kill their families, especially babies and kids, are demons or demon possessed. Yes, yes. My sister sees white flashes and they consider legally blind. It says she has blind spots. Okay. Tanya has some information. She's talking about her sister. What happened with her sister when her sister seen flashes of white lights. People should stop letting everything and everyone in this world use them except the most high. Yes, Teresa, and that's another thing. That's what I'm saying, right? Certain spirits get a hold of you and they have you thinking that it's okay to do certain things, right? It's not okay. It's never okay to take your own life, right? You want to go naturally. You want to go of natural causes. Natural causes. That's how you want to leave this earth, right? You don't want nobody to take your life. You don't want to take your life. You don't want to go from no man-made illnesses or diseases that's going on out here. You understand? You want to go peacefully and naturally, right? Of old age. That's how it's supposed to be, right? It's definitely the illness that's among us 44 of 144,000, right? I can't really say mental illness. I can't really speak of that. Yes, that we know that mental illness exists and some people do this because of mental illness, right? In his situation, right? I can't really call out mental illness. Okay? I can't. I'm not going to say that man had mental illness, right? He felt like he had to do this to bring awareness to certain things that's going on, and hopefully he get the attention of people and people start making changes. But unfortunately, I wish he would have did it a different way, because these same demonic spirits that allow him to take his life, guess what? They still using the other ones to keep doing the same corruption. You understand, family, what I'm saying? That's why it's important to be careful of the spirits that you entertain. or the spirits that you allow to use you to do certain things. You understand? Because your ancestors are never going to want you to hurt yourself. So if you are on the spiritual path and you are tapping into these various energies, I want to say this: if you start getting some spiritual contact that's telling you that you need to take your life or take your loved one's life, you better know that that is not of the angelic realm. Okay, that is not an ancestor who loves you. And you need to ask them to leave at once. You need to ask that spirit to leave at once, leave immediately, because you know who and what they are about. You understand? Yes, 9-1. Yes, you here for a purpose. Yes. And I'm sorry to hear that, Aggie. I just read what you wrote, Aggie, right? Sending you plenty of healing, right? Sending you plenty of healing and strength, right? But do know that those things has happened to you. Don't let those things be in vain. Those things happen to make you a stronger person. That happened to you to allow you to be a voice for others who may be going through those same things or who have been through that. All right. So you are here for a purpose. Okay. Yes, 44 of 144,000. Yes, exactly. Yes. And that's okay, Aggie, because we work on ourselves, and work don't always come overnight, right? It's not going to always happen overnight, right? It's going to take some time for us to get where we need to get to. Some days we may even have relapses, right? For whatever reason. But you got to keep pushing forward, right? Stay in meditation and know that the most high loves you, right? And keep pushing forward. You'll get to where you need to be mentally, physically. You'll get there spiritually. You'll get there. I'm just reading some of the comments, family. Okay, I'm reading what you're saying. 44 of 144,000. Yes, I will do that. Okay, I will do that about the video. But I did put up a video on Patreon. I'm sure you've seen it. 44 of my meditation routine that I do. Right. Unfortunately, I won't be putting it here. Right, because I have things that I don't show everybody, right? But yes, I will do that. Yes. And yes, you can ask questions. Let me tell you something. When you're in meditation, family, don't think meditation always have to be quiet time. Because like I said before, meditation is whatever we may need, whatever we may be desiring at that time. So if we may need to we may need to talk that day, right? That's meditation. We may need to be quiet that day. That's meditation. We may need to cry that day. That's meditation. You understand, family? So don't think it always have to be quiet. You may have to go there and ask questions. That's meditation. You understand, family? Don't think it's always have to be quiet and you just have to do your breathing. And no, family, it is way deeper than that, right? When you go before your altar, that is your sacred space. You are supposed to be able to let it all out, right? However and whatever you are feeling, or your confessions, or whatever it is you want to let out. That is your sacred space. So you may need to ask the ancestors some questions. So be it. Then that's what you may need to do, because you may need some clarity in some things, right? You may need to sit in meditation and gain clarity about some things. You may need to sit in meditation and cry about some things so you can heal from some things. You understand, family? So don't think that you always have to be quiet. No, right? That's not what it's about. It's about growing spiritually. It's about healing. It's about self-love. You understand, family? Yes, 44. Teresa said, I cry a lot, allow myself the grace to empty out the negative thoughts, tears. I feel cleansed. Yes, and that's what it's about, right? When you crying those tears, yes, that is you being cleansed, right? Cleansing yourself of any negative things, any hurt, any pain, anything, right? Sit at your altar and cleanse yourself of anything, any pain or anything that's going on. Let the ancestors recharge you so they build you right back up again. You understand? It's okay to break down at your altar. It's okay. I done did cases, family, that done took me. I could be feeling real good one day, get off of work, and all days I get off of work, I'm feeling good. Right? Come home, I'll cook, spend time with my family, and then I know that I have to work on a case. So I'll go in my space and I will work on a case. And guess what? I've been feeling real good, and now all of a sudden I'm picking up energy because I done meditated over this case, and it done took me all the way south. Right? Now I was all the way up here, and then brought me all the way down there, someplace where I don't want to be, because now I done felt all this energy. I done come into contact with certain energies, and I know what's going on. And then now I'm doing the cards, and I see it. Not only am I picking up the energy and I'm feeling it, right? But I'm seeing it as well. I done went into meditation. I had to break down a few times. Yes, right? Because some awful and wicked things done happen, especially to children, right? And I know that that's what it is, right? I don't care how much of I try to pull myself together, right? I'll throw them cards back in the deck, and you understand? I'll throw those cards back in the deck, and that energy will still be there to let me know that's what happened. I'll do the shuffle, put them cards back out, and the same thing will come out. I know that's what it is, right? I have to go into meditation about some things, right? So yes, go to your altar for healing. Okay, family? Yes. I've been trying to teach my nieces and nephew, all of whom seem trouble in some way, to meditate. I just say turn it around in your mind, because everyone isn't receptive or ready for the word. Yes, yes. And you are so right. You are so right, Teresa. Yes, yes, yes. It really was bad when my older brother took his life. I seeked help because I too felt like I was an emotional roller coaster, but I can tell when there's a spirit, I can feel them. It's different. Yes, Tamika, and I'm sorry to hear that about your brother, right? Sending prayers to you and your family. Okay. Miss Mattingly, I usually do that at my praying altar, right? I usually do that at my praying altar, but it depends on how I feel that day, Miss Mattingly. Sometimes I go to my ancestors' altar too, right? It depends on wherever spirit guides me that day. That's where I'm at, right? Because I talk to my ancestors just like I'm talking to you all, right? So wherever your intuition guides you that day, and you feel like you need to go to your praying altar, your ancestor altar, or you can do both, right? Whatever resonate with you. But I do have a separate praying altar that I go to, right? I'm reading what you're saying. 44 of 144,000. Yes, Tamika, get yourself set up with an altar. Yes, that's important. Yes, uh, Kona. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. And no, it's not crazy. It only sounds crazy for the ones who's not on a spiritual path that wouldn't understand, right? Because people that's not on the same journey as you are, they wouldn't understand, right? They wouldn't understand. And that's soothing too, Tamika. Yes, right? I can sit on my lounge and I can watch my fish. Very soothing. Yes. Yes, Miss Mattingly. Yes. Yes, Miss Mattingly. In fact, my ancestors altar, the way I have my ancestors altar set up, right? And it's kind of high, right? The way I have it set up, I actually have a mat that goes in front of their house, basically, right? My ancestors' house, right? And on the top is their altar. And the mat is a welcome mat. So when I step on that welcome mat, my ancestors already know what that means. Because it's time for me to step right on that mat, talk to my ancestors, or maybe I want to sit on the mat. Depends on how I feel that day. But I can stand right there and to have a conversation with my ancestors, like the candles on their altar, burn my ancestors' money. I have a conversation just like they was right here, right? Yes. And I feel the different energies, right? I can feel their presence. Oh, I bet you that's beautiful, Teresa. Just reading what you saying. I bet you that's beautiful. And Kona, unfortunately, that's what people believe, right? They believe that if you pay homage, right, to your ancestors, or if you talk with your ancestors, that's demonic. That's not true, right? You sit there and you pray to God, whatever name you may use to call the Most High, right? Who do you think the Most High is? The Most High is your ancestor, right? You sit there and you talk to the Most High. Oh, because your Bible tells you that these are the things you're supposed to do, right? So that makes it acceptable. You understand, family? Don't get caught up in those things, right? The Most High is your ancestor. You got a call coming in. Not now. Yes, Kona. Yes, you can come here and you can talk to the family about just about anything, right? I'm reading what you're saying, wealthy healings, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, 44. Yes, be your own compass. Let your intuition guide you, right? Tamika, you could put whatever you like on your altar, whatever resonate with you. Okay, if it's your sacred or personal altar, you can put whatever resonate with you. If it's your ancestors' altar, you put things that resonate with your ancestors, things that your ancestors like. Okay. And when you send up your ancestor, or put some pictures of your loved ones. I'm reading what you're saying, Miss Abby, right? Put some pictures of them, right? Put some pictures of your ancestors up there on your ancestors' altar, right? You should have some pictures. If you got obituaries, put the obituaries up there, okay? But put the pictures up there. You can look at them. You could guide over. I have pictures. I have obituaries on my ancestors' altar, so I could just look right on over and see my ancestors, right? I could just look right over there and see their face, and they looking right at me, okay? Yes. Yes, some don't want you to find out, Teresa. Yes, they want you to be stuck and they don't want you to know the power within. They don't want you to know the power within, and they don't want you to know the powerful things that your ancestors can do for you, right? So, yes, some they want to keep that a secret, right? They want to keep that a secret about the connection that you can make. Some people connections are stronger than other people. You understand? They don't want you to know how powerful you are. A lot of things is hidden, right, family? A lot of things is hidden from us because they don't want you to know the power is within. Okay? Some of us are walking around here with some powerful bloodlines. Okay? And I'm talking about some power in our bloodlines. God given gifts. And some don't even know it, right? Some don't even know it that they have the power to change the world. Because the demonic forces don't want you to tap into that energy that tells you that you are supposed to be doing the good things for humanity. You understand, family? They don't want you to know that, right? They don't want you to know how much of a powerful being you are and how powerful your ancestors were. That's why it's good to make the connection. You'll know how powerful your ancestors are and how powerful you are. Okay? Spirituality is very real, family. Okay? Spirituality is very real. I didn't realize how real it was until I got out of religion. Okay? So I got out of religion. And I'm not saying this to knock anybody who's up here who's into religion because it's okay, right? You're still family if you into religion, right? I used to be in various different religions, right? I was, okay? Yes, Abby. Yes. Yeah, granddad adopted came to me about making my mom and all kinds of making sure the lights it every day for them. Okay. That's right. That's right. 44 of 144,000, right? But a lot of individuals don't know that it's our birthright, right? Because they're not making no connection anyway. But yes, it is your birthright, right? To have access to spirituality. It is. Yes, it is. Also insect sage and rocks. Now I know that one's just pretty rocks. They were from Mississippi. Yes, Tamika. Yes. Yes. Yes, Capri Queen 83. Yes. And that's true. Because what I've learned from being in various religion was you couldn't do certain things because only the pastor or whoever could do certain things. Only they could make the connection, right? And if you made a connection, if you told the pastor, then it was something other than what the pastor or however the pastor felt because they the only one that can make the connection. Are you kidding me? Right? I went to some of these churches and I could see right through these pastors, all right? Because some of these pastors was thieves. Some of these pastors was molesters. Some of these pastors were womanizers. You understand what I'm saying, family? All right? I see right through them. And I'm not saying all pastors, but some of them. Okay? Some of these people, they in the congregation, and when they get out of the church, they smoking, they drinking, they cursing, right? They laying up with the next woman husband, the next man's wife. But you in church every Sunday. So please don't tell me about the church and the people that's all holy. You understand, family? I know. Okay, I know. And I'm not saying that it don't it only go on in Christianity or whatever. It's all different religions, all right? Even people that's on a spiritual path, okay? Because it's whatever you feel like you want to indulge in. But it goes on, all right, family? It goes on, right? But when you have a spiritual gift, you're a demon. But the pastor could have all the gifts in the world. You understand, family? Yes, meant to keep you in bondage. You understand? Meant to keep you in bondage so you don't make the spiritual connection. You allow somebody else to make the spiritual connection for you. Make your own spiritual connection. You understand, family? Yes, Teresa, and that too goes on, right? Somebody was just telling me some pastor, okay, I'm not sure, maybe you all probably heard the story. I may not have the whole details correctly, okay, I may not have all the details correctly, but somebody was telling me that the one pastor was not just sleeping with the I guess it was the, I don't know, it could have been the wife daughter, right? So maybe not his daughter, maybe it was the wife daughter, okay, maybe he married her with the daughter, okay. But I think he was not only sleeping with the daughter, but with the daughter friend. You understand? In the church. Now, what kind of pastor does that? What kind of pastor are you? What kind of pastor does these things? Again, right? Don't judge all pastors, but you got to look at the individual. You understand? But some people would say, well, he just made a mistake. He's a good man. Okay, he could be very well be a good man, But this is what I'm saying, family. You let the spirits get a hold of you, right? Have you doing things like this, sleeping with young girls. You understand, family? In the church. Supposed to be the house of the Holy Lord or whatever. This is what's going on. You understand? This is what's going on, right? So these things are going on in the church, other places, other religious places. These things are going on, family. It goes on, right? It happens. It happens. Okay? Yes, and that too. All right? That too, Teresa. Okay? The son got custody of the kids, and he and the pastor both raped her repeatedly in the church building. And that's what I'm saying, family, right? That goes on. And it's sad, right? Hmm. The pastor one time, I was going to one church, and the pastor one time said that he wanted to talk to me alone because he wanted to have private sessions with me. My husband said, "You will not have no private sessions with my wife." And one thing about my husband, he's no holds bar. He have no filter. And the pastor looked at my husband and said, "Well, some things I may want to say privately to your wife that you don't need to know." And my husband said, "Anything you need to say to my wife, you can say in front of me." So guess what? I kept my mouth shut and I let my husband lead the way because my husband is absolutely right. You understand? I ain't going to fight against that. My husband is absolutely right. Anything that you can say to me, you can say it in front of my husband. Ain't no secrets here. This is my husband. I sleep with this man every night. You understand? I sleep beside this man every single night. Ain't no secrets going on here. You understand? Because see, sometimes us as women, we don't see things, and sometimes we can be deceived by things. But trust me, your significant other will see it and will pick up on things real fast. You understand? But my husband, whatever was going on, my husband was not about to hear it. He wasn't having it, and he didn't care who you are, right? The pastor or whoever you are, you're not going to talk privately to my wife. You're going to say whatever you need to say with me in the room. Do you understand? So the pastor didn't like that, but my husband was absolutely right. You understand, family? Absolutely right. There's nothing that you can't say to me that my husband shouldn't know about. Right? Now, if I was in an abusive relationship, there may be something different. But we never gave him no indication I was in an abusive relationship, and I never told him that I was in an abusive relationship. So it was no need for him to feel like he needed to talk to me privately without my husband being there, right? Because me and my husband, we're on one accord. But that goes on, right? That goes on. And that's how a lot of these females get caught up with the pastor. I bet you that's how a lot of them get caught up with the pastor. Yes, Teresa. Yes. That's a place where I just, just let her lead the way. That's it. And that's true, Capri Queen 83. And I know, because we all are human, right? We all are human. So, things can happen. And sometimes we can be deceptive at times, right? We can do things to deceive others. We could be deceptive. We can let our hormones as well use us to do different things. Do things like rape little children. You understand? That's why it's good to, like I said, stay in meditation and be able to decipher the different energies that you come into contact with. And when I say that, I mean the different spirits that entertain you. Okay? Because you have different spirits that entertain you, and it'll have you thinking that it's okay to do these things. It's okay to molest children. It's okay to cheat on your spouse. It's okay to steal from the congregation. It's okay to do drugs in the church house or do drugs at home. You understand, family? You have to be mindful of these things, right? Teresa said that my pastor's TD Jakes right in my living room. I hear that, and it's not wrong with that, right? I have my own sacred space right here in my home. I don't need to go to nobody else's home. Who tells you that that your place's worship is more powerful than my place of worship? You understand? You should. Everybody should have a sacred space in a home, right? Everybody should have their sacred space in a home, whether you going to church or not. You should have a sacred space in your home. Yes, and that is true too, Thou Booker. Yes. Oh yeah, Teresa, and that yes, yes, Teresa, yes, and that goes on, right? That goes on. Okay, that goes on. That Booker, that Booker, I'm reading what you wrote, right? About the church hurt. You gotta be careful of that too. Who you letting pray? Who you letting pray over you and anoint you, right? And I'm not saying that all churches are bad, family. That's not what I'm saying. But you have to be mindful, right? I went to a church one time, and the pastor asked people from the congregation to come up and pray for other people in the congregation, and I'm thinking, what the hell is this? Now, if you're the pastor and you're supposed to be the anointed one, I would want you to pray for me. I don't know what these other people in this congregation doing. You understand, family? But the pastor was a new pastor, and the pastor probably was saying, I'm not laying hands on these people. I don't know what these people doing. These people ain't about to take my power. You understand? So I know exactly where she's coming from, but I also know the background history of dealing with people in the congregation. And I'm thinking I would not be going up there to get hands laid on by these other people. These people, some of these people got demons in them, right? And they want you to come up there. They're gonna lay their hand, they're gonna give you all their problems. You hear me, family? They're gonna give you all their problems. That's what they're gonna be doing. So you be mindful who you let lay hands on you and anoint you and so forth, right? And put certain oils on you. You better be careful. Okay? You better be careful. Because I know even me, right? I don't let people touch on me. You got to get back. Especially, let me tell you something, family. I pick up a lot of energy, especially if someone come around me and I start feeling certain energies. You better get back, right? I'm going to start backing up because I already know what it is, right? I don't put hands on nobody. I don't lay hands on nobody, right? I'll meditate over you without laying my hands on you. I don't touch everybody, right? It's not meant for you to touch everybody. And I don't want nobody touching me. I don't care if I do have the power to fight off those demons. I don't want everybody touching me. Do not touch me, right? I told you, family, about the coworker that I had that was always touchy, grabby, feely. Listen, stop touching me. Don't touch me. And I try to be respectful to everybody, but don't. If I feel like if I had to tell you more than 2 times to stop touching me, that's 2 times too many, right? And if somebody tell you the first time to don't touch them, you should take heed to it, right? You shouldn't touch them. This person done touched me. I done lost my crystal that was inside my cage. Now that crystal was inside my cage on my neck for the longest, right? For the longest. You understand, family? So be mindful of who you letting touch you and who you around, who you sharing your energy with. Be mindful of that. Yes, yes, Tamika, yes. And that's what that I could not believe that when I heard the pastor say that, right? Pray for the other people. She told the congregation who like to come up and lay hands on people. Lordy. Hmm. Yes, KK 504. Yes. Yes. Some people get cussed out. Yes. Yes, 44. Yes. They have a motive. If they keep touching you, they have a motive. Right? Yes, Teresa. Yes, Teresa. Some people want to touch you just so you can inherit what they got, right? Just so they can pass their demonic spirits on to you. I know all about that, honey. I know all about that mess. Mm-mm. Don't touch me. I done seen some wicked things, family. When I used to be back doing rituals with people, I done seen some wicked things. Do not touch me. Do not touch me. You just inviting them in. Do not let people touch all over you, and don't let them touch on your children. Please. Oh my goodness. Ah, that booker. I just read what you wrote. Lordy. Mm. Yes, 44, because that's exactly what they be doing. Praying. Prey. Right? Praying on you. Mm-hmm. Hmm. You be the prey. Hmm. Yes, yes. Prayer is powerful. Be careful. Yes, who you give permission to do that. Yes. Yes, you are so right. Yes. Right? Because you don't want everybody praying for you. Because people may not be praying for your well being. They be praying against you, praying for something else, right? Praying for some harm to come your way, praying to disrupt your blessings, right? That's why it's important to be careful who you let lay hands on you. I'm happy to hear that, Renee. I believe that's Renee. And I apologize if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly, but I believe it's Renee or Raina. Could be. I apologize, all right, family, because you all know I botches up name. That's right, Capri Queen 83. That's right. Everybody's not praying for your good. Some people are praying for your downfall. You got that right. You understand? That's right. Yeah, that's right, Miss Ebby. That's what you have to do. And I don't know where they get that from. Everybody think that they can't look at your child nowadays and say, "Oh, she's beautiful. Oh, I love the hair beads." They gotta touch everything. I've never, whew, child. That just gets to me, right? Because people just so touchy feeling. If you ain't get permission to touch, what are you touching, right? And why? Keep your hands to yourself. You can look without touching. You don't have to touch everything. Yes, and that too, 44 of 144,000. Yes, those mass meditations. Yes, be very careful of that too, because they be programmed to do various things. Yes, okay. I have gone crazy with the mess. I get shivers when I think about all the wrong I've seen in the church and sex and money was what church had going on. Yes, unfortunately, right? Church is not how it used to be, right? It seemed like I don't know if it's just the I don't know what's going on inside the church, but it's not what it's not what the intent it is supposed to be, right? And it's spiraled out of control. Okay, you got people there saying that they holy, but yet they letting a demon use them because they're out there doing all kind of things, right? Doing all kind of things, right, family? So yes, that goes on. My kids don't like people touching them. Yes, yes, Shanae. And people shouldn't be touching all on them either. For the female pastor who lost it and was going bananas, and everybody in the church who did her wrong. Wow, 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 wow. I don't know. Teresa, are you talking about the pastor Paula White? Kona is saying. I'm not sure. No, but I did see someone had sent me this clip, right? And somebody sent me this clip, and I believe it was the daughter. Now I can't really remember because this was a while ago. Somebody had sent me this clip. I believe the mother was in the church. The mother could have been in the church, but the daughter stood up. Family, let me know if you all seen this because I think that this was a pretty big thing that went on. And I don't know how old this is, but I know I had got this a while ago. Probably could have been sometime last year. But the daughter got up in front of the church, and I thought the daughter was gonna you know, give a speech. She gave a testimony of some things that has happened to her childhood, right? Put her mother right on the spot. Put her mother right on the spot, honey. Right? I believe her mother was there in the church. And she started talking about all the things that her mother allowed her husband to do to her. And she knew what was going on. Honey, I was like, my goodness. But that goes on too, right? And then you got the people that stand behind the church and act like you need to just pray about these things, but don't talk about it. Don't tell it. And then you have the church folks in the damn church that's acting like, oh, you're not supposed to discuss that. Why? She want to give her testimony. Let her give her testimony, right? Your testimony is going to set you free, right? Maybe that's how she's seeking out to get healing, right? She should be able to give her testimony. You see? Because you can't say certain things about people in the congregation or when they in the church, right? That's taboo. You can't talk about that. Don't give your testimony about that. Talk about other things, but you can't talk about that. I saw that Miss Tiku to hustle her right one hour. Yes, Teresa. Yes, yes, right. Because she wasn't supposed to expose that. They wasn't expecting that, honey. I'm waiting for one day, and it probably has already happened. I probably just didn't see it. I'm waiting for one day somebody to come up and give a testimony and expose the pastor, what the pastor has done. Right? That probably already has happened. I just probably didn't see it yet. Yes, yes, and that's what happens. You even when you speak up, okay? So you even when you speak up, okay? And that's a sad thing. And I want to say this to go back to Officer Clyde Kerr. I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. I wanna I want to say this, and that's another thing. See, the repercussions that he would have faced, and I'm not saying that that's why someone should take their life, because you should never take your life, right? You should never take your life, okay? But what I'm saying is the repercussions he would have faced had he still would have been living, right? But he blew the whistle on certain things, and him being an officer. See, because when you play a position, you are supposed to, they expect you to be silent in a lot of things. And if you don't remain silent or you a whistleblower, then now you are the bad one. You understand? You the bad one because you speaking out against what's wrong. You understand? So it goes on. It goes on all the time. If you speak out against what's wrong, you're the bad one. So we need to start flipping that around, family, all right? Because we are supposed to be speaking out against the unjust. We're supposed to be speaking out against things that is not right. Okay? We are supposed to be doing that. We are supposed to be speaking out against these things that's going on in the community and so forth. That's not right. And we shouldn't be held as the bad ones because we speaking out against what is wrong. But unfortunately, that's what they make you feel. That's how they make you feel. But the ones who make you feel that way, that's because they doing their own corrupt things themselves, right? So of course they're gonna make you feel that way because they doing their own corruption, right? They into their own corrupt things. Yeah, I want to see those videos come back to the comments of this video later. I'll see if I can find and link them. All right, Teresa. Yes, right, Kona. The Most High takes care of you, not man. All right. And that's why when people be running around for this election, because I tell you all, I don't vote, right? And people say your ancestors died for the right to vote. That doesn't necessarily mean that it was so good. But yes, we should be voting for certain things, right? Especially if we see certain changes. But when we constantly keep voting for certain people and certain things and no changes is being done, that's an issue. That's an issue. And I don't think at this point now you deserving of my vote, right? Because it doesn't matter what political party that I vote for, I'm not seeing any changes. You understand? So who's lying now? You understand who's lying? Both of the parties are a liar. You understand? It doesn't matter who you get in office. They're not doing what they say that they're going to do. Because if they was doing it, we wouldn't have these issues going on. You understand? So that's when are we going to start holding these people accountable and saying, all right, well, you've been in term 6 months and I don't see you putting nothing in place. It's time to start going to march down there and start making some changes because now you need to get out of office, right? When is that going to start happening? When the people is not doing the service that they say they're going to do, when are we going to start demanding that these people get out of office and not holding their 4 year or 8 year or 2 year term? We need to start getting them out. You're not making no changes. It's time to get out. You're a liar. You understand? You're a con at that point. But people don't see it as that, right? I'm not giving these people my vote, right? You're a con. How can I give you my vote? You understand, family? So you gotta think about some things, right? Before you all going to think that man is going to make this world better. No, the Most High can make this world better, yes, right? But man is destroying this world. Man is destroying this world. Both will affect your day to day and your community directly. Yes, yes. And you gotta vote. And when you go and vote, you gotta look at the person. Don't worry about what status you fall in, whether you are Democrat or Republican. Don't look at those things. You gotta vote for who you feel is going to do the right thing for you and your family. Right? It doesn't matter what political party you serve. You have to get out of that state of being bonded to these political parties. No. Because if somebody who's going to do the right thing for you and your family, it shouldn't matter what political party they serve. That's the person you should be going with, right? If they say that they're going to do this and do that, so you vote them in with hopes that that's what they're going to do. But if you don't see no changes over time, that's a problem, right? Because you voted them in for certain things that they said they was going to do. And now, guess what? They're not fulfilling it. So now that's a problem. That is a problem. It's time to vote they butts right on out. All right, so a lot of this is going on too. It's deception. You understand, family? They get you caught up in this deception. Yeah, like at Uncle Chester's funeral, we supposed to talk about how great he was and how he made the best chitlins, but not how he done molested all the cousins for the past 18 years. Okay. Yes, exactly. Exactly. And you know that happens, right? You go to the funeral, and you know how your family is, right? You know the person who's dead, but then you get somebody that come up there and they say all these wonderful things, and you're just sitting there like, who are they talking about? I know they're not talking about the same uncle I know because my uncle ain't not my uncle. You understand? But nobody talks about that, right? Nobody talks about that. They just want to brush that under the carpet and just look at the good things. No, let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's talk about it all, right? Let's talk about it all, right? It's supposed to be Judgment Day, right? Let's talk about it all. Just put it all out there, right? So just lay it all out there, right? I'm reading what you're saying, 4,444,000. Yes, LM. Yes. And yes, and there's some good ones it's some good ones that's out there, right? And like you said, a handful, right? And there's some corrupt things. There's some corrupt ones. And it's sad, and it's some ones that start off wanting to do the right things, but then they get persuaded by whatever it is that they may be persuaded by. So it could be bonuses, uh, whatever, raises, whatever's going on. So now they persuaded, and now the things that they said they was going to do, they no longer going to do, right? Because they may looking for the next promotion. So they can't talk about that, or they can't help that cause anymore because they need the promotion, or they need the bonus, or they need the raise. You see that what goes on, right? And that's one thing. I'm gonna say this. That's one thing, because I had a few people that reached out to me. I'm not gonna get into that, right? A few companies that reached out to me about various things, right? And that's one thing. I think the Most High that I don't have to worry about, right? And that's to sell myself, right? Sell my soul for any value of money, right? That is one thing, right? So you all be mindful of that, right? When you set out to do good, or when you get on a spiritual journey to do good, and there's somebody trying to corrupt you and make you do other things, but they persuading you with various things to make you do the opposite of what you're supposed to be doing, right? Always, always be truthful, right? And if you can't be truthful in something, don't even touch it. You understand? If you can't be truthful in it, don't even touch it. Yes, LM, and that goes on too. Thank you for that information, Teresa. Teresa talking about following Sean King. Oh, sorry. I hope I didn't boot nobody off. I apologize if I did. Yeah. And the Kawan Charles case, right? I think family has sent me something. I think they arrested the mother, right? Of I guess the boy that he went with, right? Or the mother who come to pick him up, right? But we all know it's something more going on, right? I'm never going to go against what my ancestors said. And my ancestors said this young man was murdered. You understand? He didn't do that to himself. He didn't fall in no puddle of water and just drown. You understand? Other things went on. Maybe he was too weak after what has happened to him, and he could have fell over in the water. But someone has done that to him. Someone has caused that. Okay? Someone has caused that, right? He didn't just do that to himself. That didn't just happen. You understand, family? So it's things going on. It's people covering up. It's people turning a blind eye to things. You're going to have to pay for that. People are going to have to pay for that, right? People are going to have to pay for those things. They think they got away with things now, but they ain't going to get away with it. You understand, family? They're not going to get away with it, okay? So right here on this physical realm, they may have gotten away with things, but spiritually, they ain't getting away with nothing. They're going to have to pay for that. They're going to have to pay. They did do another autopsy ruling that his face was smudged into the, yeah, and we know what the ancestors said, that they was hiding things also when it comes to the autopsy or various things. All right. Yes, we already know. We already know, right? Hmm. His dad said he was sexually assaulted too. Yeah, I think that came out too, right? Miss Abby, whoever watched the spreads, I believe that came out too. All right, that Kawan, some sexual things came out, right? Right, some other things was going on there. All right, there's a lot of things that went on that they hid. Hmm. Whew. Right. We gonna pray for the ones who don't know better, right? Because they're gonna have to pay a hefty price. That's the only thing you could do, right? Pray for their souls that they lost, and pray that they find the right way and get up out of that wickedness, because they just don't know what awaits them, right? When they place here is done, they don't even know what awaits them on the other side because of all the wickedness that they've been doing, right? So that's all you can do, right? Pray for wisdom that they open up their hearts and their mind, and start to do the right thing, because if not, they're gonna have to deal with it on another level, right? Beyond our control. Universe is gonna take care of them. So that's all we could do, right? But people thinking they got away with things, they ain't get away with nothing. You ain't gonna get away with nothing, right? Spirit see it all. Yes, they tortured him. Yes, Tamika. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. 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 44 of 144,000. Yes. Yes, Mr. and Miss Forster. Corruption and pride are both dangerous. Yes. Love you too, Capri Queen 83. Yes, and that goes on too, Teresa, right? That's important. That's why it's important to watch what your children are doing. It doesn't matter, all right? And sometimes our children, they'll sneak around and do things. So some things happen beyond our control because they'll sneak around and we won't even know, right? That's why sometimes it's good to pry on your children things, right? It's okay. Sometimes it's just good to pry on your children things. They don't have to know. But we could just we may be just saving our children's lives by prying secretly into their things, because sometimes you need to do that. How do you think some of these parents find out that their children are doing drugs and so forth, right? Because they're going snooping and prying and things. So it's okay to snoop around in your children's things. And I hate to have to say that, but guess what? If it's something that's going to save my children's life, you better believe I'm going to be prying all day long, right? They don't have to know, because, see, you don't want your children to feel uncomfortable about things, but if it's something that you could catch right away and nip it in the bud, right? Your children will still be here. So it's okay to pry sometimes. Sometimes you're going to have to do that, right? My husband pry and things, right? My husband, he prying things. He'll even pry my things, which I don't care, but he will. He'll go through things. And the kids know, right? The kids know their father go through things. Cause he'll tell the kids real quick, well, you don't want me going through your stuff, then it's time for you to move out, right? You better get your own place. So he'll tell the kids that, right? The kids don't want to move out because the kids don't want to pay, right? Kids don't want to pay no bills. So they like, I'm gonna stay home, let my father pry through my stuff. I don't care, because they not doing nothing, right? They're not doing nothing. They don't have no business. But yes, family, sometimes it'll save your child life to pry through their things, right? Using drugs, and she went to rehab young now. She's graduating college. Very good, Cammy. I'm happy to hear that. All right. That things are okay now. She's graduating college. But yes, right? Sometimes you have to pry. If it's gonna save your children's life, family, then there may be something that you may have to do, right? Because the thing too with our children is we not involved enough. Some of us is not involved enough, right? But I have honest and open conversation with my children. So my children know they could come to me about every and anything, right? I'm not going to pass no kind of judgment on them, right? They could come to me about everything. I'm open with my children. I'm very open with my children, right? There's nothing that I don't talk about with my children that my children can't talk about with me, right? I just have that relationship with my children. I was saying that he have met people who stated and truly believed that they know exactly what awaits them on the other side due to their evil ways. Yes, yes, 44. I knew what you were saying. Yes, yes, you are right. The officer that died was not far from where Kawan was found. Okay. And Kona, and like 44 is saying too, some people just get revelation on what awaits them, right? Some people just get revelation and what awaits them, because I know I've gotten revelation into a few things. The ancestors has gave me revelation about a few things, all right, even as far as me coming back, right? The ancestors had already told me that I'm coming back to do the same thing that I'm doing now. The ancestors already had given me revelation into that. You understand? So some people already know what awaits them. Some people already know. You understand, family? Right? They get revelation into these things. Some people, they let other people know, and some people just keep it to themselves. But some people, they know, right? And he had an ex-wife help her kill my little sister for trying to leave. I'm sorry to hear that, Tonda. Right? I'm sorry to hear that. Okay? I'm sorry to hear that about. And unfortunately, this goes on, right? And that's what a lot of people that's in these abusive relationships, they're not as fortunate to be able to leave and walk away, right? Unfortunately. But that goes on once you want to leave, right? Once you want to leave, this is what goes on, right? They're liable to take your life away. You understand? But I'm sending prayers to you and your family, Tonda. If you choose to 44, you can still pray for their soul, right? Because it could be somebody who you love. It could be a loved one who you love, but continuously doing, they doing things they ain't got no business doing, right? Because we got loved ones that we love, but they done went and murdered people. You understand? They don't want to murder people, but we still love them. That's our loved one, right? But they done went and did things that they ain't had no business doing. But yes, we still pray for their soul. Even when they going off this earth, we may still pray for Rodney, who done murdered 3 or 4 people, right? We still pray for them, right? We still ask the ancestors, the Most High, to guide their soul, right? Maybe ask for them to be forgiven of the things that they have done wrong on this earth that they didn't know no better. So, I mean, it all depends on how you feel, because some people may be saying, yeah, Rodney was my cousin. Rodney murdered 4 people. What the hell with Rodney? You understand? So it all depends on how you feel, right? You may want to pray for the person. You may not care to pray for the person, right? It all will resonate with you. And Tonda, I understand where you coming from, right? We always wish that we could have done better, or we, even if we seen the signs, but sometimes, right? Sometimes it's nothing that we can do, right? And we can't beat ourselves up about it, or hold guilt for what has happened, right? But that doesn't mean that you didn't love your loved one any less because you couldn't have been there, or because you didn't do enough, or you understand? Because at the end of the day, we still have to look at, it was still their decision, their choice, right? But no, that should not happen to anyone. That should, no one should have to go through that. But unfortunately, that happens, right? We have people that feel like because you leave them, now they're gonna come back and get revenge on you because you left them, right? Or because you're going to leave them. And I know, family. I know. I've been in this situation, and I spoke of that before. I'm not gonna go back into that, right? But I've been in that same situation, and that stemmed from, because I told you that my ex almost threw me out of a third floor window. Not a third floor. We was on a sixth floor, out of a sixth floor window. And if the guards wasn't there, I would have been out of that window. You understand? And if my mother wasn't there, things could have went left, right? But that was all because the individual already knew that their time was up, right? I was leaving. I was leaving them, right? So if my mother hadn't have been there that day and them guards wasn't on that window, I probably wouldn't have been here. But these are the things what happens when you are in an abusive relationship, right? These things can happen. And I was very young at the time, okay? Very young at the time. But yes, these things happen. These things happen, right, family? That's why you need the first signs that you see. It's time. It's time to leave, right? The first time they put their hands on you, it's time. It's time to go, right? One time is too many, right? But unfortunately, at that time, because I was already groomed by that person and it had started from much younger, right? I had already learned to be acceptive of that. So the first time you see the signs, when you see the warning signs, get out, get out, right? That's what you have to do, family. Don't wait for the next time. Even if the person say, "I'm gonna change," I'm sorry. Well, well, guess what? I'm gonna go stay with my mother while you work on some things with you. Since you sorry, right? Because you gonna need some counseling, some anger management, whatever it is that you may need, and see where things go from there. But I can't be here with you while you in this kind of state. Because if you hit me once, no telling what you'll do next. You understand, family? So these things happen. Definitely feel guilty because she tried to reach out and I didn't answer her message. I will meditate to get clarity because she wanted me to do more in life. And that's what you do, Tonda, right? Do more out of life and make her proud. But don't hold on to guilt and feel like that's your fault, that is what happened. Right? And it is not that you was ignoring her message, right? But sometimes we can't get to every message, right? And especially in a certain amount of time, we can't get to every message, right? But it's not your fault. It's the person who actually did it. It's their fault, right? It's not your fault. Yes, Teresa. Yes, Teresa. And that's true, right? Yes. Thank goodness you was able to walk away because some people is not as fortunate, right? Some people is not as fortunate. And that's good that he's changed his life at least somewhat, right? That's a good thing, right? But once they start losing the people around them, they'll start to change their lives, right? They'll start to change their life. Yes, 44 of 144,000. Yes, right? When you make those connections with the ancestors, yes, you'll see your life change tremendously. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, things have changed. Things have changed. Yes. I think I was supposed to do a conference with somebody tonight. I'm probably going to have to do that tomorrow, family, because I had a long day at work, and now when I get off of here, I want to meditate for a little bit, and then I want to jump into my bed. That's what I want to do. Right? I guess I will come up here. I guess I'll come up here tomorrow, family, and give some messages. Right? If anybody need any messages, I will do that tomorrow. I'll probably come up here for an hour. For an hour, family. Right? Yes, my ex-husband beat me within an inch of my life. I never seen it coming until I said I wanted to divorce. I ran and never looked back. Yes, Tamika, right? And I'm sorry that has happened to you. But I thank the Most High that you're here now, right? You're here now. And these are the things that go on, family. You never know, right? No one knows because you think you know people until you live with them and you see their true colors, right? But yes, people are not. Unfortunately, some people are not willing to just let you walk away peacefully, right? They rather take you out of here than to let you walk away and they move on with their life. So these things are going on, right, in these relationships, right? You want to leave them. You can't even tell a person that you're leaving them nowadays. You just have to. When they going, guess what? When they leave out for work or whatever, then that's when you better be packing up your stuff and leaving, right? You can't tell a person that you gonna leave them because you never know how a person may react. You never know, right? Hi Daisy Days. Hi Holly Love. Miss you too, Holly Love. For me, the beginning 6 months ago, the change was immediate and powerful. Then it slowed down sometimes unnoticeable. It was so I could notice the difference and realize what was not just good. Yes, 44 of 144,000. Yes, right? Yes, right? And sometimes these things slow down because it be a test, right? It be a test. Sometimes the Most High tests our faith, right? So sometimes things are be a certain way for a while and then things will slow down or cut off because it be a test just to see how your faith is. You understand? See, my faith is powerful because I know the ancestors walk beside me, right? And I trust in everything the ancestors bring to me. So my faith is on 100. You understand, family? But sometimes it'll be a test, right? Because the Most High, they want to test your faith, right? See if you have faith in them, right? See if you have faith in the situation. You understand? So I'm letting you all know that right now, right? Some things, the ancestors, the universe will purposely throw things your way just as a test, right? Just to see if you want to pass the test. Some don't even pass the test because soon as something go left or don't go the way they want it, they lose all hope. They lose all hope. They don't have no faith now. They don't. You understand, family? Some of these things are just a test to see how powerful your faith is, right? And once you pass the test, you won't see nothing but blessings after blessings after blessings. You understand, family? My mother prays hard for him still. The ancestors told me to sacrifice the relationship. I did it, and we can now hold decent conversations and make plans for our child. Very good, Teresa. Very good, right? Very good. Very good, right? Because unfortunately, some situations don't work out like that, right? But it's good that you all can make peace now, right? That he's somewhat stable now, and you're able to move past that, right? Teresa said an hour. That means 8 to 15 readings. Yes, Miss Ebby. Yes, most of the time that's what it be. Be a test. Just reading some of the comments. I lost two friends as a teenager to domestic violence. One of them, her killer was her son's father. They just caught him about 2 years ago through updated DNA technology. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that about your friends, Teresa, but I'm also happy that they caught the person who has done it to the one, right? If a man yells at me too loud, I'm gone. Let's be perfect. Yes, Tamika. And that's okay too, right? That's okay too, because maybe your spirit is just saying, nope, you're not going to tolerate it because you already know it's getting ready to go left from here. So it's best to pick up and leave right now because your intuition is telling you something, right? So that yelling may turn into something more aggressive. So if your intuition is telling you get out of there, that's what you better do. You better get out of there fast and in a hurry, right? So hey, I'm not going to knock that. I'm not against that, right? Yes, Holly Love. Yes, yes, right? Because domestic violence is very real, right? People out here right now, somebody's right now being abused. You understand, family? It's not acceptable, right? It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable, right? And we need to have the talk with our sons and let our sons know, especially because we raising our sons to be out there, to get out there in the world, right, and have productive relationships with others. So we need to be raising our sons and installing them values in them, right, about when it comes to hitting females, right? If you gotta beat on a female, you don't need to be with them, right? You should never have to raise your hands to a female, right? You're supposed to cherish them. You're supposed to treat them like a queen. Never supposed to beat on them and things like that, right? That's one thing. One thing that attracted me to my husband was I admired the way he was with his mother, right? That told me a whole lot about him, right? I admired the way he was with his mother. The way he was with his mother when his mother was living, right, is the same way my boys are. Okay? Same way my boys are, right? My husband's not gonna go for that. Mm-mm. My husband's not gonna go for that. Some things my husband's just not gonna go for, right? So yes, right? My husband will took me there. That's why I see any signs of aggression. I'm going. I'm so serious. Yes, Tamika, understandable. Right? And we're not saying this to bash the men because I'm sure some men up here saying, what in the world? Not all men are like that, right? Not all men are like that, right? Because my husband is not like that at all, right? He's not like that at all. So, yes, not all men, right? Some good men out there, right? Some good men out there, right? But unfortunately, for the ones who feel like they have to beat on a woman, you know, I can't say no good words for them, right? Can't say no good words. Yes, Miss Abby, I'm reading what you're saying. Yes, yes, right. All right, family, I'm gonna let you all go. I figure I'll come up here and I wanted to talk a little bit about the officer, and of course, we got on other discussions, right? I love spending this time here with the family because sometimes it feels so good, family, to not always have to come up here and work on the victimized case, because sometimes it can be it can get to you after a while, right? So sometimes just having that peace, coming up here and just having that peace, right? It means a lot, right? I don't have to go to bed with so much heaviness, right, from a case. So that's a good thing, right? I didn't work on any cases today, any cases. And I'm going to keep it like that for today, right? Maybe today the ancestors are saying, today is your day, take a break. So today I'm not doing any cases, right? I'm just going to go into meditation after this, and I'm going to bed, right? I'm going to bed, right? I had a spirit tapping around. I had a spirit tapping around in here, right? Not in here, but in my bedroom. I had a spirit tapping around. Missy, because sometimes you just need a break, and that's perfectly fine. Yes, yes, Kona. Yes, yes, yes. Calm spirit and calm energy. Yes, Teresa. Yes, you are so right. Yes. You are very welcome, Aquarian 71. And I will see you all up here tomorrow for anybody who may need a message. I'll be up here tomorrow at 4 o'clock. All right, family. I'm not going to stay up here long. I'll probably stay up here for 1 hour. All right, family. For anybody who may need a message, I'll be up here tomorrow at 4, right? For 1 hour. Right, family? So I will say that. Love you too, Holly Love. And you have a blessed night as well. These chaotic energies are problematic. Yeah, dismiss. Right? Dismiss. Let's see, I finally was on time, and this conversation was well needed for all of us tonight. I love how we all just love on each other. Yes, sometimes my family is the best. Thank you. Yes, you are very welcome, Tamika. Yes, and that's what we are all here for, right? To love on one another. We are all a family here, and I enjoy you all, right? And we need to all have our vibrations raised, right? So that's what we all need to be doing, right? Giving and receiving, right? The love, the love. All right, family. So I'm gonna say good night to you all, family. I love you all, and be mindful of how you treat others. I'm gonna say that again. I'm gonna leave it on that note. Be mindful of how you treat others, all right, and be mindful of the words that you use that could change somebody's life for the good or the bad. All right. So sometimes just kind words is enough to make all the difference in the world to someone, because you never know what someone is going through, right? You never know what someone is going through, because we don't always show our problems on the outside, right? But our problems sometimes is hidden in the inside, and we don't let anybody know that. We just hold on to it and suffer in silence. So I want to say that just be mindful of how you treat others, right, family? But I love you all, family. I want you all to have a blessed night.